this is the first occasion where we are having anniversary or any celebrations of Dr. Ambedkar in the consulate. Friends, a lot have been said about Dr. Ambedkar's contribution, his contribution to social welfare, his contribution to constitution building, his contribution to nation building, and we are all very proud of it. But friends, we have to remember, these are partial facets of his life. The totality of the man is something, it is not for us now, but it will be for the historians to gauge after 50 years, after 100 years. He, of course, wrote the constitution, formed Scheduled Caste Federation or party, started his temple entry and water access entries and all. But the major contribution of the man was that he infused life into a section of people who were almost dead and broken. These people were not only untouchable, achut, it has been mentioned, not only untouchable, but among these untouchables, there were groups of people who were unseeable, that you could not see them. In case you saw them, you felt that your day or your week has gone bad. So they have to, actually, if they wanted to come, they had to come in the night in the dark. Among these people, there were some who were unapproachable, who can't even be heard. So they could not even come in the night and say something. This is the type of broken people he dealt with. And when he felt that he has studied, he got the opportunity, he studied, he wanted to, if he wanted, he could have really earned money as a genius in law. But he said, no, this is not my want. This is not my vocation. He said, after taking all the degrees in this world, here he did in Columbia, in London School of Economics, in Berlin School, in Lincoln's Inn, he went to Bombay and started his life in a chawl, in half a room. He started his practice, and you will be very surprised. His practice was very successful. But he lived in such decrepitude that his wife died of a very wasting disease. He had 4 children. 3 of them died of hunger. But he, the man, he said, this, my individual family, is nothing. My family is something bigger. And that is how he infused life into this moribund, deprecated, desiccated people. His major contribution is that he has strengthened the weakest link of the country. And friends, a country or a chain is as strong as the weakest link. Until and unless this weak link is strengthened, the country cannot be strengthened. I'm very happy that today in the consulate we have organized Dr. Ambedkar's birth anniversary celebration. As we all know, Ambedkar was one of the founding fathers of the country, of the nation. He was the father of the Indian drafting committee, and the direction which he gave with the constitution, of course, is our ideal from which we drew inspiration. We draw inspiration and will continue to draw inspiration. And try to live what is inside that constitution, whether it is governance, whether it is inclusiveness, whether it is equity, whether it is social justice. This is what we want. And we draw that from the constitution which Ambedkar had written. His other contributions, of course, are well known as well-known social reformer, an educationist, a historian, an anthropologist, an economist. All these things are very well known, but his main contribution, as I said in my concluding remarks, is that he infused life, inspired life into a people who have been broken and desiccated by the social mores of the time. He made them not only live, but now we see that they are thriving, they're coming into all aspects of life. As we see in the United States here, there are so many of them who are vice presidents or senior executives in the various institutions that are there. This is all because of the greatness of the man who made us know our real strengths, and that is how the nation will see its strength. The weakest link will become stronger and stronger, and then the nation will become stronger.
I'm a historian. I do research, and doing research is not always easy, especially when you have to find material that is not easily available, especially about Dalit texts, Dalit writings, photographs that are not available in the libraries. You have to really go and talk to people. And I have been surprised in my last 9 years at how much literature written in vernacular language that I've collected from people in northern India. And the most interesting and amazing collection that I discovered was photos of Swami Achyutanand, and one photo of Swami Achyutanand with B.R. Ambedkar that was taken in 1927 in Lucknow during the Adi Hindu Mahasabha conference. So these are material that does not live in the archives in India or in libraries in India. You actually have to go and find out. And they live in people's houses. And so that has been both the challenge and the beauty of doing research. Very different from doing research on Congress or other organizations where you can find material in archives and other places. Here you have to really go and really go to the ground, as Praveen said. And so what I'm going to do is Praveen said, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar went against the current. Prabhu Dihalji said that, he went against the mainstream things to discover new things. And what I'm going to do here is lay out the intellectual journey of Babasaheb Ambedkar so that you can understand what is the intellectual evolution of Babasaheb Ambedkar's journey from 1920s to 1940s. Because if you look at in the 1920s and if you look at the 1940s, there's a great difference. The Congress on one hand and Babasaheb Ambedkar in the 1940s kind of come in an interesting way. The time of independence come together, right? What you see in 1946 is Babasaheb Ambedkar was nominated by Congress from Bombay as a member of the Congress, and then he was appointed to become the law minister of India's in Nehru's cabinet. And this, if you look at the history of the 1940s, this is the most remarkable development in the history of modern India. And this is a testimony to Dr. Ambedkar's quality as a visionary and as a leader. And I'm going to spell out why I say this. Because if you look at from 1944 to 1946, Babasaheb Ambedkar had launched movement against Congress. He launched movement against cabinet mission, against the British government for their failure to give proportional representation to Dalits similar to the Sikhs and Muslims in India.
Mr. Stalin, how do you feel about today's event? And since you are a director of a movie, Untouched India, how do you relay that movie, your own movie, to this event?
Well, first of all, I'm very, very happy to see this event in the consulate. It took a rather long time for the Indian consulate to wake up to the greatness of this man called Ambedkar, but it's better late than never. Very touched by some of the speeches done here, and very excited to know that the deputy consul is a very learned Ambedkarite himself. So I was a last moment entry into this event. My friend just emailed me saying, why don't you join? I just came in last week from India. Very excited to be here. I relate this event to my film absolutely, 100%, because my last film, India Untouched, is on the issue of untouchability. Is exploring untouchability in various parts of the country. That film is made with a specific purpose of telling the world that you should stop denying the existence of